Hi and welcome to my Playhouse, and today we have a device here on my little table here, and this is a Anywhere USB, and it's dash 14, and this device 14 USB sticks on the front of the box, and on the back it has a power cord here, has another power cord here, 2 network connections and a serial port management. So yeah, you can probably telnet or SSL into this box. Probably not, we don't need to do that. This box is used for putting in USB sticks and making these USB sticks available to other machines. This is perfect for data centers if you have a virtual environment with multiple servers in a cluster, and you have virtual machines that can move around in that cluster, which might need access to some kind of a USB device. It could be a license key. Some software still uses USB software keys, especially very expensive software still uses that, because the software vendors are still kind of able to control the little USB sticks, and you have to pay a fortune for that one. But if you have multiple hosts like that, you just can't put the USB stick in one of them and hope for the best. Well, you can, but you don't have the same amount of redundancy, and this is where this box comes in. You can put your USB stick in here, and it will be a centralized location for that USB stick. And as you have 14 of them in this box, well, it can handle a lot of your USB stick needs. I know this because we use these as work. We have 2 of these boxes in production on 2 different locations, so we can actually do some kind of, we can have a USB stick in one location and we can have a server on another location, and it can access this USB stick. This is done through software. There's a web interface on this thing that we're gonna go have a look at, and you can configure and say, well, this USB stick, we have this IP number of a machine that should have access to this one. And there's also some software on the computer, so I think we should just try and set this up. I have been at the computer and found out that I think this has been in use, so we need to reset this. And there is a reset button right here on the front, and according to the manual, I am supposed to, that's not the reset button, there's a reset button here on the front, and according to the manual I have to press the reset button and power on the device and count 10 seconds, and it should be reset to factory default. So let's try that. I need some power over here. Do we? Oh, we have a power. We have some power. Power. Ah, that's not very long. Okay, I'll go around the server and see if we can figure that out. So I have mounted some power to the device. Oh, let's get these things out of the way. They're gonna make noises. So I just have a switch here that I can power the device on and off with, and I have a very authorized pokey thing here. So the reset button, we're gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna press it. Yep, I got it, and power it on. So, and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, probably that is it. Then I need some network. So, well, I can go around the back and hook up a network cable. That's probably a good idea. So now I have hooked up a network connection. Yeah, it's there, right there, and it is connected. It is blinking. We have power on. I think we'll try and reset the box, just to turn it on and off, and go check the computer. Now it's off. Turn it on. It checks all the ports, it looks like, and it blinks here. I think we should just go check the computer if we can find this. I'm guessing very much that this will take in DHCP address. So yeah, I should be able to see it on my DHCP server as something. Probably not. We'll remove this. Someone has had it as called that name in, oh, that's gonna be really ugly, but oh, it's not gonna be named that anymore, that's for sure. So remove that. Let's go to the computer. So on my DHCP server here, I have a lot of weird stuff, and it doesn't really show up. I just tested this. There is no response if I ping it. Oh, I forgot to write ping. That's stupid. How do I work with IT? So IP number 24, which has no name but has a long date, which probably means that I've just connected it, and that should be it. But on the DHCP server, I found that number 24 looked like something that was newly put here. So that's about 6 minutes ago. So it has an expiration date of, what is that, 10 days-ish or less, something like that. So I tried number 24, and sure enough, we get this Digi thing, AnywhereUSB 14, and it has a little web interface here. You can do a lot of good stuff here. The most important one is these USB sticks that you can put in there, and you can configure the network here. Right now it's obtaining an IP number from the DHCP server. You can change that. Serial port, that's the communication on the back. What can we do with that? Well, it has these code things here. Awesome. Alerts, it can do something. System, description-ish, good stuff. I'm not sure. Who cares? Remote management, there are settings for that. Real port, but well, the main thing is the USB. Here. We could also go down and update the firmware. It would probably be needed. This one is from 2011, so that might not be a bad thing. Even there is some firmware here from 2009. I'm sure if we go to the home page of this device, which I have already been on, I needed to find out how to reset it. There is firmware available right here, and it's not that old. They actually don't say how old that is, but I think we'll just get that. Let's just have that download over here. That was fairly quick. So we have that, and we need a USB stick to put out there, and we could just put a couple of different USB sticks in and see what we can see when we do that. I have a variety here. I have an old USB stick here. I have a little bit newer one, 16 gigabytes. I have some Atea USB sticks, some company, and I have a solid state drive, an M.2 SSD in a nice cage. It doesn't fit very well. With a USB-C connector that we can try and put out there, and I have there's actually two M.2 slots in here that we can also try. So let's try and put all of that in the box and see if we can see that from the computer when we mount it. Okay, let's start with the little one. Nothing is gonna happen now. We're just putting in some stuff that we will be able to see from the computer if this works. So there are couple of Atea USB sticks. I have no idea what's on half of this. Then we have our little M.2 solid state drive or whatever, and we have another one here. Let's see if we can power that. None of them are lighting up right now. I have no idea what it means when the system is blinking, but let's go check if we can mount to this. At the computer again, when we go into this real USB, there are different options. We can group these USB sticks in different groups. We can make everything unassigned. We can do that. They're not assigned to anything. Right now, everything is just grouped to group 1. So if we take the first USB stick, we can say that is group 1. The next USB stick is it's a blue one, so we can make that group 2 there. And then we have the 2 ATA USB sticks. We could make both of those group 3. And then we have 1 hard drive, SSD thingy, group 4 and group 5. That means that we have different groups that we can map to. We can only give one group to each machine that we are mapping to. But let's try that. Changes are saved successfully. Awesome. As you saw, the device has 2 network cards, so there are the possibility of configuring the next network card here. What will happen if it loses connection? You can do some failover stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, we're not gonna mess with that. There are some options. I have never used it. We have had one of these boxes go down once, which meant that someone had to drive to that data center and reset it. It has been running fine for the last 2 years after that, and it ran fine for the 4 years before that. So they run really stable. There's no problem there whatsoever. So yeah, we need some software on the computer to manage this, and I did download that, but I downloaded it here in Chrome. So I have downloaded. If you search for AnywhereUSB 14, you get to Digi.com, and they have the drivers for it, and there are drivers available for multiple operating systems. Most of them Windows, I must admit. Didn't really see that one, but apparently mostly Windows, exclusively Windows. It would have been awesome if there had been some Linux drivers here. Digi.com, idea for you right there. Make Windows drivers. Go away. So I have downloaded Windows 10 driver. So I've downloaded the Windows driver in 64 bits. We are gonna install that. Next, finish. I am guessing. Do you agree? I will have to install. There, launch, yes. So it has already found the USB anywhere USB device out there. So probably because we're on the same network as the device, it knows the device. So I can connect to this device. Connect. No. I can select it down there, and then I can configure. No. Group. No. Okay. Cancel. Okay, so now I'm connected to it, but I haven't selected anything. I have connected group 1 to my machine here, so I should get a USB stick over here. Let's see my system. There. It seems that I have connected to that one is new. That one, where did that come from? I have a hard drive here. Toshiba, that went away. So we have that one as well. I think that's a USB stick out there. Properties. BOMC. Yes, that would be for upgrading a Lenovo server with the newest firmware. So that is also a USB stick out there. And that one, also one of the USB sticks out there. Cool. Let's try and connect to something else. Let's go in here again. Let's disconnect. It's not able to see. It's acting weirdly, I must admit. Maybe we should try that firmware upgrade. Let's do that now that we have it, and I have downloaded it. So let's there. Update firmware. Let's browse. It should be in my download folder. It should be from today. That one it was. Open. There. Let's update. Please wait. Okay, it updated the firmware, no problems. It tells me that I have to reboot successfully. Must reboot firmware. Okay, it reboots. If you're not okay, it will come up all by itself when it has done rebooting. Okay, it's up and running again. Still same IP number. Let's see if it sees. Oh, there is a description now. That's not a bad thing. It's a good idea to be able to put a description on there. Yeah. Enable dynamic group assignment. Okay, nice. It looks like everything is still as I left it or as I configured it. Device cloud. Looks like there are some new possibilities that I don't even know about. And some of it looks very similar to what we have already looked at. Let's see when this firmware is from. This firmware is from February this year. It still has an old post thing here. Guess that probably doesn't matter. The firmware is new, so let's go see what the software sees. The software is here. Anywhere USB configuration utility, yes please. And now it sees my USB sticks out there. Awesome, there's group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I connect, right now I'm connected to group 1. Let's see what that is. That is absolutely nothing. Wonder why that is. Manage. Device manager. There should be a USB stick for us. There is no USB stick there. Okay, so let's go to the software. We are connected to disk group 1. Let's try and disconnect that. There. Let's see if we can change to disk group. We can. Disk group 2. And update. And connect. Do we get disk group 2? Connect. Yeah, we get disk group 2 here. So do we get anything over here? Let's do an F5. Anything? Not yet. Anything here? Kind of weird. I think I'll try and reboot my machine here. See, I have just installed a virtual USB port on it. It might hate me for that, so reboot Windows. Okay, I have rebooted and that did absolutely nothing, so I want to try and disconnect here, and we will try with disk group number 3. That should be 2 USB sticks. Maybe we're lucky there. And then again, it did do something over here, but it didn't really show me anything. Okay, configure, connect to USB group number 3. This is bothering me. So in here in the computer manager, in the device manager, we have this real port USB host controller, and there's an exclamation mark in front of that. If we go into it, it says that Windows cannot load this device driver for the hardware because the previous instance of this device driver is still in memory. Okay. So can we just disable that? Maybe disable. And what happens if we enable it? Do you want to restart your computer? Yeah, no harm in that. Okay. Wonder if that's gonna help anything. That's the second time already we are rebooting here. Lenovo! Da, da, da. Okay, I booted, and now there are some USB sticks popping up again. Let's go check those. There. The 2 same USB sticks has popped up. That must be the two ATA USB sticks. Okay. Configure. Yes. Because right now it's a disk group number 3, and disk group number 3 has those two USB sticks. It might be those two. It looks like they're both 3.74 gigabytes. So I'm guessing that's okay. So let's disconnect those. There. Let's configure. Change to disk group number 1. And update. Disk group currently available. Let's connect. And nothing happens. Wonder if I have to reboot every time I do this. Let's check if we are in the same kind of trouble again. Device manager. Yeah, it's messing here. Let's disable. Yes. Enable. And it wants to reboot. That's getting tiresome. Hello. Okay, so it sees the little USB stick now. That one was in slot number 1, so it does work. The driver just doesn't update fast enough, or there's some kind of a driver issue that it gets that in its sore throat. That's irritating. I wonder, can I push out the USB? There's a USB thingy here. We have a, maybe if I eject it here. Are we in view? I'm down there. We can try and eject that one. Yes. And we can go turn on the software. Yes. And disconnect. And we will try and let's connect to one of the last ones, like number 4. Update that and try and connect to that one. Let's see. This looks very much to be that. Yeah. That would be so much smarter if that worked. I have seen this working. This is my machine messing up. So this box does work. The AnywhereUSB/14 is a rather stable device. I have had no problems using it with Windows servers. I actually did not know that you were not able to mount to this with Linux servers. There wasn't a Linux driver for it. Really weird that they haven't made one of those. So yeah, this is perfect for a data center. It's a rack mountable, dual power supply. I don't know if there's dual power supply, but there are at least 2 power plugs into the device. That way you can at least power it from 2 different power sources. There is 2 network interfaces on the back. There is some kind of a failover that you can configure. I have never tried that, but apparently it's an option. There's new firmware for it. We just updated that and saw that there were new features. Yeah, it hasn't been updated in like 7 years, so yeah, if they hadn't come up with something new, it would have been a disappointment. So yeah, if you have a data center and you need some USB sticks, license keys or something, this is a good option for that. So yeah, I don't think I had that need. I don't have anything that is licensed that way, but I will keep it around. I know what these things cost. I will try and link it in the description below, so you can go check this out on probably Amazon. Well, thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.